If you play a contact sport, how do you minimize the chances of a concussion? The first line of defense is to follow the rules and regulations of your sport. These are put into place to prevent harm and set safety standards. Here's an example. The Pop Warner Football League prohibits coaches from conducting an entire full contact practice, and that limits the amount of contact throughout the season, which results in fewer blows to the head. Many leagues prohibit football players trying to jump over a tackle or a defender. This rule was put into place because players would land directly on their head when they attempted to hurdle another player and it was unsuccessful. Many adolescent soccer leagues don't allow players to hit the ball with their head. They're trying to reduce the concussions that occur due to the brain getting jostled around, and also because players heading a ball often collide into each other with their heads. So follow the rules of your sport, and don't forget sportsmanship. Late hits, illegal hits, and rough play, these are often causes of injuries. Play it safe and play it fair. The second step to preventing concussions is proper technique. Take American football as an example. In 2003, the Center for Disease Control started its Heads Up program to educate parents and players about concussion. Heads up, of course, is a term that means to be aware of something in the field of play, but it's also a football term used to describe the technique that players need to have when making a tackle. The issue is that modern football equipment has advanced a lot over the past 2 decades. Helmets have a carbon fiber exterior, and they're cushioned on the inside with hyperfoam padding and soft air bladders, and so players feel comfortable in these helmets that they can use them as weapons, harpooning themselves into other players and trying to make tackles with their heads down. Coaches and parents are now quite sensitive to this technique, and they work to disallow it. The 3 most critical points are: keep your head up, keep your body positioned low and balanced, and with your head to the side, wrap your arms around the player to bring him to the ground. The third step to prevent concussions is to wear properly fitted equipment. No football helmet on the market today can prevent a concussion. Instead, they're designed to prevent skull fractures. And they're great at doing their job, but only if the helmet fits properly. If it doesn't, it's likely to do more damage than protection. The fourth issue is that medical research has suggested that women may be more susceptible to concussions than men because men have more muscular necks. Stronger neck muscles can decelerate the linear and rotational forces that cause a brain to move inside of the skull. Neck strengthening is easy, and it doesn't require expensive gym equipment. Some simple exercises to help strengthen this group of muscles are shoulder shrugs and dumbbell presses, and resistance band exercises using forward and backward and lateral and rotational movements. For proper strength and conditioning technique and advice, consult your local strength coach or your personal trainer. Finally, to reduce the worsening of a potential concussion, it's important to have some way of baselining your own cognitive performance, and then having a sideline test to see if your scores have changed. This way you can avoid the situation of returning to play when you shouldn't. So if you're in a sport, follow the rules, use the right equipment, do neck exercises, and keep track of your brain health. Your brain is the best investment you have for your future. Keep it safe.